All right, welcome to test 2. We're going to focus on parallelograms and trapezoids. There's a few properties of parallelograms that I want to talk about. First off, their opposite sides are parallel, as the name, kind of indicates. Their opposite sides are also congruent, meaning they're equal to each other, and their opposite angles are congruent. What this means is that this side is equal to this side. So if this one's 10 centimeters, this side's also 10 centimeters. If this side's 5 centimeters, this side's also 5 centimeters. The other thing is, if this is, 50 degrees, this angle is also 50 degrees. If this angle is 130 degrees, this angle is also 130 degrees. So they have all their opposites are equal to each other. They don't have to all be exactly equal, but the opposites are equal. The other thing is that the area is your base times your height. Often we write that as area equals BH. And so when I'm looking at this side, my base is always going to be my long side. So 12 feet is my base. And of course, 6.5 feet is my height. So if I wanted to find the area of this, all I'm doing is I'm multiplying 12 times 6.5. And so my area is 12 times 6.5 is 78, what is this, feet, 78 feet squared. All right, and then so it's a nice, quick, simple one. As long as it's a parallelogram, you got to find your base and your height, then you can just multiply the two. It's just almost like having a rectangle. It's the same area, essentially. Go ahead and try and do 1, 2, and 3 on your own. And when you're done doing all 3 of those on your own, go ahead and flip to the back side where we're going to talk about trapezoids. So trapezoids are a 4-sided figure, and essentially they just have one pair of sides that are parallel. So this side and this side are never going to intersect each other. They are perfectly parallel forever and ever, but the other set of sides are not parallel. They are intersecting in some form or fashion if they were to extend. And so I have just one pair of parallel sides. And those parallel sides are called my bases. Base 1 and base 2. And anything in between, the distance here would be my height. And so the area of a trapezoid has a little bit of a different equation. The area of a trapezoid is essentially adding your bases together, base plus base, and dividing it by 2, and then multiplying it times your height. And so let me write that out in words. I add my bases together. I then divide by 2, then multiply by the height of the figure. So if I'm looking at this one right here, I'm going to add my bases together, 17 plus 21. I'll divide that by 2 and then multiply that times my height, 16. All right, 16 is my height, and this is a base and another base. And so 17 plus 21, 17 plus 21 is 38. And so I'll take 38 divided by 2, which is 19. And I'm going to take 19 times 16, and get my final answer, 19 times 16. And get my final answer of 304 inches squared. Sorry, that's a little bit messy. Let me see if we can do another one over here. So I have my two bases, top and bottom, 10 and 2. So I'm going to add those together, divide by 2, and multiply times my height, 5. So 5 is my h. This is a base. That's a base. So 10 plus 2 is 12. So I have 12 over 2 that I'm going to multiply times 5. 12 over 2, 12 divided by 2 is 6. And 6 times 5 is 30. And so this one is 30 feet squared. 10 plus 2 is 12. 12 divided by 2 is 6. And 6 times my height, 5, is 30. You need to try and do my next two on your own. Then you can check your answers with me and go do the Google form in task 2. Task 2, Google form.